Welcome back to Glamorous channel. Today we're going to be talking about the things that I wish I knew before getting married. Yes, me. It's about me, and I hope this topic is going to help someone out there. I hope this topic is going to help someone that's looking to get married, because they're going to learn these things before making that decision in their lives. So today, my topic for today is those things that nobody told me about. Like, I mean, my mom, my sisters, nobody told me about these things before I made that decision to get married. So let's get to it and get to point number one. Yes, love language. First, I always start with love language when it comes to relationship, because love language is something that so many people fail to look at as important. Even those that goes for counseling before, is it counseling they call it? Like, you know, pre-marital counseling. They always tell them you have to understand your partner's love language. It's like everybody keep talking about love language. But it's something that is you that have to do it. It's your responsibility to dig in and know what people's love languages are. You have to know what makes him happy, what makes him feel loved. Nobody told me. So love language is the most important thing that you have to learn, and it's not something that they're going to cancel you about it. It's something that you have to go in and do the hard work to understand what your husband's love language is. That's the first point. Nobody told me that. Second thing that nobody told me about is that every marriage is different. Don't you ever let a married couple tell you how to run your marriage. Trust me, I used to, like, when I got married, I used to have one little problem. Bang, on the phone, I'll call my sister. Is that how marriage is? What's this? I'm fed on me. Me, I cannot do me. I don't even know how you manage it. Me, I cannot do marriage. No. I keep trying to build another person's marriage into my own marriage. I keep trying to look at how another man treats their wives and look at that the fact that my husband have to treat me that way. I keep thinking that the fact that these two marriages are so beautiful and sweet, that's the way mine should be supposed to be. I keep thinking that the fact that this man buying gifts for this woman all the time, that's how my husband have to buy me gifts all the time. So don't you ever, I'm telling you this now, if you're looking at getting married to somebody, listen to me. Yes. Don't you ever look at someone else's marriage and say, I wish my marriage was like yours. Because they will never do the same marriages. Every marriage is unique because it's two different unique people coming together. You come together and you come up with something that's unique for both of you. When you get that right, then you're fine. So that's point number two. Okay, the next thing that nobody told me about was that not everybody will be happy for you. Yes, nobody told me about. You know what? When you're in love here, you're so happy, and then when you get to the point where you have to get married to that person that you love, the happiness jump to another level. So for some reason you feel like because you're happy, everybody around automatically have to be happy for you. That doesn't happen. Seriously, people, if you're getting married, that doesn't happen. You have the people that are genuinely happy for you. You have the people that are kind of in between happy and it's like, okay, when is the wedding? Okay, is there anything that you want me to do? You don't see the happiness. You don't see that genuine happiness. And then you get the people that it's like, maybe go try and too. So, in the married, now you want to make noise, now they shout the whole place. They say, man, that's a new thing. Ha! Now you want to marry. People don't enter that way die. Oh. Ha! You have people that are not, they don't even understand that you're happy. You understand? They don't understand that you're happy. You're so excited to get married. They don't understand your level, because you're the one that is in that love. You're the one that is in that relationship. You're the one seeing that spark, that emotions, everything pushing. It's all you. It's not them. So never you expect everybody to be happy for you when you're going to get married. So that's one thing people don't understand. And then when they get into that marriage, they start feeling like people are not happy for them. You start feeling depressed because the people that you believe that you have around you, you're expecting them to be happy. And when they are not happy, sometimes it affects your relationship, or it affects the way you behave. You start saying, oh yeah, this person doesn't like me, or your mom doesn't like me, or this person doesn't like me. It affects your relationship. So please know that in your head, not everybody will be happy for you when you get married. That's point number 3. Okay, let me dance a little bit. Let me dance a little bit. It's a good topic. You know, I'm happy for this topic because somebody somewhere is going to be saved, because they're going to understand all these things, and when they get into the marriage, it's going to be all yummy and beautiful and beautiful. Okay, let's go to point number 4. Point number 4 is that there will be fighting and arguments. Nobody tells you when you're in love, like boyfriend, girlfriend, you don't live together. It's all, where were you? Let's go out for party. It's always when you're hyper, it's always like, okay, let's go for party. Everything is like quick. The love is there. Oh, you call overnight, you're on the phone with the person you're talking, it's all romantic, it's all beautiful. Nobody call you and said, my dear, you know, you're planning to get married to this man. I can see that you love the man. Just to let you know that when you get into that house, it's not gonna be the same. You guys are going to have days that you're going to argue. You guys are going to have days that you might even get to fighting. Yes, you might even get to fight, because even brothers and sisters do fight. You're coming to live with somebody that before it was about them. It was about their life. They were living on their own. Now they've got another person in their space. And you're thinking, you're looking at that person to behave in a way where you want. That person is looking at you, thinking that you have to behave in the way that they want. And there's always going to be clash. Trust me, the first year in my marriage, I'm not going to say the story, but my elder sister can tell you guys what happened. Like, even the police knew us. I mean, even the police have in their record that the two most scattered, most, I don't know how I can put it, the two couples that is like, we managed to talk about it. Those things will always happen. In the first place, oh, this is April, yes. My traditional wedding was done in April 2011. So officially, we are 10 years in marriage. Like, I've been married to my husband for 10 years. And we've been in a relationship for 11 years. So I can say bravo to me. Like, it's not easy, you know. Marriage is not easy. But then I will not, if they ask me to rate my marriage from when I met him till now, if it was the first year, I could have said 20% happiness. But from second year moving to the 10th year, I would put it to 90%. Seriously, I'm not joking. It's been the most beautiful, like the most beautiful journey. Most of my strength that I've built was because I got married to him. It's somebody that will make you build a lot of strength, make you believe in the good things, make you understand that the world is about just both of us. It's not about, who are you people? Like, we don't even care. Like, it's just about us. Yes. So you guys have to understand that when you get married, you have to, there will be argument, there will be fight, but then you have to always analyze those two things, and with time those arguments will stop. And also one thing that I realized was most of the argument as well was because of the way I was talking. You have to understand how to communicate with your partner. If your partner does something to you, the way you respond can take that problem from 0 to 10. So I learned that so much to the point where I can say sometimes we can stay in this house for 6 months without arguing. That's how much I studied in the marriage. Yes. So I've got to a point where in a year I can say we can argue for one time, like 1 time or 2 times. Yeah, and I believe that in 5 years to come, we should be in a position where we don't argue. Yeah, unless it's something that we're arguing about our children, like, no, she should go and study medicine. No, she should go and study law. Hey, you know, parents now, African parents, they want to decide what their child does. Oh God, just feeling myself today. Okay, I don't even know what point I am, but let's just keep talking. The next point I'm going to talk about is the fact that nobody always tells you that when you get married to your husband become your family. You see, the way you love your family to a point where you believe in them, you trust them. Sometimes that's why most of the time a family person can easily kill you, because you believe in them so much, you trust them, you tell them everything about you. But when we get married, we always have that resentment. There's something that when there's a little issue, we always feel like, okay, you're treating me like this because I'm not your family. You're treating me like this, There's this thing that always come in our brain that anyway, this person is not your family. No, you have to stop thinking like that. You have to understand that when you get married to somebody, that person become your family. You live in your family. You live in his family. You guys are together to start a new family, and that family grows. Most of the time, people get to a level where they start having children. That's when they start understanding that, oh, this is a new family, so we have to build it. We have to hold it tight. That's when you start seeing that change of mentality. But most of the time, when you get married, especially when there is no kids involved, the couples always feel like they're not family. They always feel like they're together. Yes, no, that have to go off our minds. Okay, guys, another thing. This one is a little bit tricky. So, before you get married, nobody sits down and tell you that, listen, you have to spend time to cut off with all your exes. When I say ex, I mean people that you've dated and you had relationships with. Nobody sit down and tell you to do those things, but they're important. Most people that have gone in a relationship and have ended up failing is because they have people that they call ex. That when they have an issue with their husband, or the husband have an issue with their wives, they have to call their ex to explain things to them. Like, he's done this to me, he's done this to me. What do you expect? Your ex there's no ex that's happy for you when you're married, unless they didn't love you. An ex that love you, any ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend that loved you, when you call them to tell them those things, they will automatically respond. Sometimes they respond, they behave as if they are with you, but they will throw in certain words. Those words get into your head, and those are the things that get you to hate that man more than ever. So please, ladies or men, I'm just talking to everybody anyway, but more to ladies. If you have to get married, if you have exes, delete it. You can look for some other person to call and talk and chat and have, and when you feel bored. Not your ex. Take them off your life. Nobody sit down and tell you, go back and clear the air. Finish that with them and move to your marital home as a pure person. Move there with no ties behind. So that's one thing that we have to do before we get married. I wish somebody had told me that before getting married. The next thing I'm going to talk about was the fact that this one is mostly for me as a woman. Men are so different. Men, they are so different. That's why when I look at life, I see why God created Eve and gave Eve to Adam to support Adam. It wasn't by chance. It's by nature. Women are there to support the men. The man have their position. A woman coming to support the man. Now, one thing that nobody talks about when people are going to get married, they never sit the woman down and tell the woman that, listen, you're going to get married to this man. This is your husband. He's the king of the house. Now, any successful marriage, they always say, oh, wow, beautiful marriage. When people get married and they are doing kind of, let me say 20th, 30th anniversary or 50th anniversary in marriage, people celebrate the couple. It's a team. Everybody have their role to play in that team. You cannot come in as a woman, you have your role to play in that marriage, and you start fighting to take over the role of the man. It's not going to work. So nobody sit down to tell you that men are people that might not. Men are different. There are people that might not want you to come and care for them. No, they don't want you to care for them. They want to care for you. You just have to come and play your own role. It's a team. You get married to somebody because you want to form a team and build a strong family, a strong home. Even if it's just two of you, let's forget about kids. Two people come together, build a strong bond, a strong team. That team grows up together. And every year they celebrate their anniversary. It's anniversary for two of them. It's an achievement for two of them. Oh, happy anniversary. Like, for example, me now, I can say happy 10th anniversary in the marriage. It's for two of us. If he wasn't being a team player in the marriage, it couldn't have worked. Yeah, it couldn't have worked, and he could have gone somewhere else and there will be no marriage to celebrate. So both parties have to understand that they have their role to play in the marriage. Okay, guys. I'm going to talk about the last point, but before I talk about the last point, I just want to show you guys my little cute bag. I love it. I love colors. Okay, let me just wear my little cute bag while I talk about the last point. Okay, this is this little young girl. Okay, little young girl. You see me? I've never gone to a couple and tell them that, oh, when are you having a baby? Never. But as soon as I got married, it wasn't even 1 month. It's like everybody around me. When are you having a baby? When are you having a baby? Jesus Christ. People, shoot, lock your mouth. Okay, guys, as I was talking, this is a topic that I think people have to start looking into a little bit more. Like, no one tells you that when you get married to a man, the whole world is going to start banging on you to have a baby. Okay, no one tells you that that's normal. That's what they're going to be asking. No one prepares you for that, and the way they do it, nobody prepares you for it. You only find yourself, people saying congratulations, 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 and the next month they meet you on the road. Oh, are you pregnant? Oh, when are we expecting a baby? Oh, when are you having a baby? How come you're not having a baby? Oh, baby. Oh, it's like your life doesn't matter. It's like you don't matter again. You're not important. It's only baby. Baby, they make it feel like you're not human. Like you are not important. Like you did the marriage because you want to give them a baby. Right, we're not saying that having a baby is a bad thing. Everybody have their own plan in life. Everybody have their own things that they go through in life. Everybody, I would say 99% of people who get married always want to have a baby. But then people have plans. People have different plans in their life. There are people that will get married and say, okay, let's just have the baby. Some people have the money. They'll get the babies because it's easy to look after them. The money is there. Some people don't even have the money and they don't want a situation where they'll have a baby and they cannot look after that baby, or that someone else has to end up looking after that baby. So in my situation, it was kind of, you get married and you're still student. You're still trying to settle in the UK, for example. We didn't have, I was still a student, so I had student visa. I didn't have like a settlement kind of things. So you have to be smart. You don't have to follow what the society wants. But then that's what nobody tells you, that people are going to be banging on your head. And if you're not somebody that believes in yourself, if you're not somebody that have a strong mind, if you're not somebody that doesn't bother about society, what society thinks, you believe in you and what you want to be in future, those little talks can end up either turning you into a sad person or turning your relationship into a sad relationship, because the society is expecting something from you that you feel like you need to give them that thing to satisfy them. No, you didn't get married to him. You didn't get married to him to satisfy the society. But I believe that that's something that people should be telling new people who are looking at getting married. People have to be advising them that, listen, when you get married, the whole world will expect certain certain standards from you, the whole world will expect you to have children. Even if you have one, they'll start asking you for number two. As if they've ever spent a day or a night sleeping and helping you to look after that child. So people have to tell you that the world will have their expectation from your relationship, from your marriage. People have to tell you that even though the world have their expectation from your marriage, at the end of the day, it's you that's in there. It's you that knows where it pains. It's you that have to look after that child. So don't expect that when somebody meets you on the road and said, oh, when are you having a child? It means that when you have that child, they are going to help you to look after that child. They will not help you to look after that child, my dear. So please, society, let's start to advise these young girls, or not even just young girls, anybody that's looking to get married, please forget about what society is going to say. They are going to say it. They will always have their opinion about your marriage. Their opinion doesn't count. It should not count. If you know you're happy where you are, if you know that you're happy in your marriage, people's opinion should not count. It's like the first point that I gave, when you're getting married, you're happy, isn't it? You're happy, you expect everybody around to be happy for you. But you don't know that not everybody is happy for you. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Know that you have to focus on what makes you happy. So long as you're not hurting anybody outside, as long as you are happy, your husband is happy, your marriage is a happy marriage, that's what matters. Nothing else matters. I mean, nothing else matters. If you're bringing in a child into this world, you have to make sure that child is going to grow up and say, thank you, mother, thank you, father, for giving me a beautiful upbringing. You should not bring a child that you have the child, you cannot even live with the child because you cannot, you don't have, you were not ready. You have a child, you have to go and give it to somebody to live with because you want to, you're not settled, you haven't settled down. I mean, especially people who really, you know one thing, one thing that I appreciate myself for being educated. When you are educated, there are certain things that you analyze differently. So education is the one thing that builds a woman and a man, and it gets you to a point where when you finally get married, after being educated, that's when you realize that the world is different. People look at the world different. You look at the world different. Like, you just look at people's opinion in life. It bothers you. Like, why would people think like this? Because you are coming from a different part of the world. You've met different kind of people. You've dealt with educated people. You've dealt with people who travel around the world. You sit down and talk with people when they advise you, when they say something to you. You nod your head and you say, you know what? Thank you, Jesus, for making me have that patience to go through education. When you're educated and you see somebody throwing little talks at you, you look at them and go like, oh my God, is that all you can say? There are better things to say. Can you not just say something better? Oh, no. When you're educated, you're proud. You know why? It's in you. Only God can take it out. When you're educated, the whole way look at you like, oh, we need this. You have to do this. You have to do this in your marriage. You have to do this in your marriage. You have to do this in your marriage. You are there thinking, okay, where am I going to be investing? Where am I going to be getting the next top big job? What's the next big company going on? I need to get a job there. I need to hit this contract. Like, it's just two different worlds. Have you been in a world where you're just sitting and you're thinking, okay, I have this meeting and I need to get this contract? So while people are sitting down worrying about you not having children, or when people are sitting down worrying about, oh, they went to a party, I saw both of them, they were not even smiling at each other, maybe they have a problem. No, they don't have a problem. They were sitting there thinking about how many tons of cement they have to buy to build a big mansion somewhere. They were thinking on how to get to Dangote's level. They were thinking on how does these rich people get to that top to become billionaires. They're sitting there, they're thinking on how to become a billionaire. While you're sitting there worrying about the fact that they are smiling at each other or they are not smiling at each other. My dear, it's two different worlds. So, although I've spoken about all of this, I'm still going to keep saying that education is your pride. Education is the thing that people don't understand. That's the thing that when you have, the way you behave, people don't understand why you behave like that. When they're expecting you to be sad, you're happy. Because they don't understand your world. You live in another world. You have projects. You have things that you want to achieve. You have projects that you want to sign off. When you sign them off, it brings you joy. While other people have their own things that makes them happy. And maybe the things that makes them happy is how many times they push out a baby. So people live in two different worlds. Please, society, know your world that you live in and focus on your world that you live in. Not everybody will live in your world. Some people live in a beautiful world and some people like to live in a suffering world. So you choose which one you want to live in and focus on it and make sure you do it better. Because in life, what matters is how to be perfect, how to do whatever you do and do it perfect. If pushing out babies is what you love, do it and push out 10 or 15 of them. And my mother had like, oh my God, I don't know if it's 10 or 20 children. She loved it. She did it with pride and she's happy. There will be another woman that just loves to be the most richest woman in the world. They will go around and do all sorts of businesses because they just want to get to that point where they can sit with Dangote and dine with them. That's what makes them happy. And they will do it with happiness and with pride. So we should understand that when people get married, those two people are adults, two adults. And every day they don't sit at home like dumbs. No, they don't sit at home like dummies. Every day they discuss. Every day before they go to bed, they talk about them. Two of them, their life, where they are going to, what their future plans are, what they think they should change, what they think, how many children they think they should have. When they have one and the one is disturbing them, this one cannot even let us have time for ourselves. Oh, let's give it time. Let's give it 5 years or 6 years. When she's bigger, then she'll be able to help the little brother. You have people that sit down and say, okay, we've had one, let's just have number 2, so that we can just look after them, they can just go together. You have people that say, okay, let's just have 10 of them. Anyway, I don't like me to go to work. I'm not a career person. Or even if you're a career person, I don't really like this career. Let me just be having my children. I feel happy having children. You have people that have different things. Different couples discuss different things. So, society, please, when you see people who are getting married, tell them that society will want to get into their marital decisions. Society will want to push them to make certain decisions in their lives. So that society feels like they have to control the way you live your life. Meanwhile, you have your life to live. It's your life. So, my dear people, thank you all today. I hope this lesson today has been a good one, and I hope somebody will listen to it and think and think and think and learn one thing before making that decision to say yes I do. And I pray that anybody that's making that decision to say yes I do will get to this point where I am 10 years in marriage and happy ever after. I can't wait. You know what, I was discussing with my husband, then one day I said to him, like, no, he said, he just imagine when we'll get old, like, he's just gonna sit on the chair and say, can I please have a cup of tea? And then I'm going to get them, okay, do you want 1 sugar or 2 sugar? And I'm gonna make a cup of tea or 2, and then I'll put it there. I'll put 1 for him, 1 for me, and we'll sit down on the couch and cross our legs and watch all the soaps, TV dramas, like episodes, and watch them and turn into news and watch news and take the newspaper and read the newspaper and call our children wherever they are and all call and go around and look at our businesses and see how they are doing, or think on what are we doing next, or do we invest, or do we get our children to run it and we just enjoy ourselves. You know, we normally sit down and talk about old age. I was just getting to 40. We were already talking about these things. It's nice. It's nice. Marriage is so beautiful, and I pray everybody who gets in experience the best of it. If you get in and it's not working, don't force it, because at the end of the day, it's your happiness that really matters. It's not about the fact that you're married or you're not married. So try and make sure you're happy, and if God blessed you with a soulmate, thank God every day for it, respect it, adore it, celebrate it, because there are people who've gotten married 4, 5, 6 times, but they still can't meet the right match. So if you've done it the first time and you realize that that was a good match for you, praise God. Celebrate God every day. Celebrate it. Make God understand that you're happy. You're genuinely happy for Him blessing you with a strange person that's not your family, and the person came in and ties in with you and makes you happier than even when you're with your family. So thank you all for watching, and I pray that everybody that meets a partner, they get to understand each other, because at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. At the beginning, it's always hard. Everybody should understand that. Always hard at the beginning, and then you have to walk things through. You have to learn so many things while you're in there until everything is finished. Then that's when you get to a point where you can say, I understand my husband. My husband will say, I understand my wife. My wife doesn't like it when I'm playing with women. She doesn't like it. Then he adjusts. He makes sure he doesn't play with women when you're around. You know that your husband doesn't like it when you're on the phone with a male friend. Yeah, you adjust. Try not to call your male friends when you're around him. It's all about understanding. When you understand each other, don't get into each other's way. Make sure everybody's happy. You got married because you want each other to be happy. So thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the boom, boom, boom button. Leave a comment below. And even if you don't have anything to say, just give that motivational comments. Just say, Grandmother, thank you. Grandmother, I love you. Grandmother, I love your colors. Grandmother, you are such a beautiful darling. Yeah, I am a beautiful darling. Thank you guys.